Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another weather forecast video. We have a major heat wave on our hands starting tomorrow. Conditions are going to gradually get worse throughout the week, and it's going to get extremely hot. This is going to be the worst heat wave of the summer, most likely. This heat wave is expected to stay in our area until possibly the end of August. Let's go look at the details. So I made a few graphics for this heat wave, and I laid it out as simple and as easy to read as possible. So in the red color is above average temperatures are likely. In the purple color is going to be extreme heat and humidity are likely, the worst conditions of this big heat wave. This will likely be the worst heat wave of the summer in terms of duration. Dangerously hot conditions with heat index values of 105 to 110 are expected. Stay safe and cool. But yeah, this is going to be quite the heat wave on our hands. Dangerous hot conditions are expected. Record-breaking temperatures are likely. So now what we're going to look at is how this heat wave is going to affect our weather pattern in the United States as we know it. So right here, this big old high pressure system is our heat wave. This is what's going to be causing our heat. And over here in the purple is the Jetstream. I've talked about the Jetstream in basically every single forecast that I do. So this big high pressure system is going to be blocking this big time jet stream. It's going to be pushing it up towards Canada. As you can tell, I outlined this. Look how much it pushes it out. It pushes it away from the middle of the United States, and that is not good. We are going to be experiencing a big time drought because of this. Because normally whenever the jet stream dips down, it brings in colder temperatures, storm systems, troughs, and 500 millibar flow, and that creates storms. We're not going to get that. This pattern is going to stay like this until potentially the start of September. We might not see any rain until September, which is insane to think about. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. This is going to be one big, huge heat wave, and it's going to have lasting consequences for weeks and maybe months to come. And as I was talking about the drought, these are drought conditions likely due to the prolonged amount of the heat wave, and we will have no rain, obviously, because of the high pressure system waning in on the jet stream, pushing it up towards Canada, as I said before. This is just more of a closer look on the drought conditions on where it's most likely. Obviously, here in Kentucky, we're not going to get any rain for the next 2 weeks. I say that with a big amount of confidence. I'm just being realistic. It's going to be blue skies, hot. Not every day is going to be hot, but there's going to be a lot of days that are hot. Blue skies, very warm outside, and no rain. It's going to be very dry. I would be increasingly shocked. I would be amazed to see if we got any rain throughout the next 2 weeks. I'm saying this with a very high degree of confidence that we will not see any rain for the possibility of the rest of August. And as I reiterated a little bit ago, as you can tell right here, we're looking at the 500 millibar maps. This is going to give, obviously, a bigger picture of the jet stream. As you can tell, that big heat dome is right where I circled, and you could just see the flow moving all around it. And yeah, we're not going to get any storms. So, yeah, it's going to be extremely dry for the next 2 weeks. Taking a look at the MSLP map, as you can tell, this is our giant, big old heat wave going on right now. It's going to start to ramp up through the portions of early next week. As you could tell on Monday, look how strong it's getting, and look, it's just sitting around here. The Euro only goes out until Wednesday, but trust me, it is going to stay until late next week into next weekend. So we have a very prolonged heat dome on our hands. And for the fun of it, let's go ahead and take a look at Hurricane Hillary, which is not going to be a hurricane in the next probably 6 hours. But this hurricane/tropical depression is about to make landfall in California, bringing strong winds, maybe a tornado or two, but most likely catastrophic flash flooding is likely in these areas. San Diego is under its first tropical storm warning since 1939. This area has not gotten a tropical storm since 1939. And as you can tell, the eye wall is not that apparent anymore. It was really stout a couple hours ago, but now it's really started to die. This thing's been a Category 4 hurricane, and now it's really started to die off. Now it's not even a Category 2. I think it's a Category 1. But this hurricane / tropical storm is going to bring very strong winds and major to catastrophic flash flooding for Southern California. And for the fun of it, why not go look at the 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook from the National Hurricane Center? I mean, what else are we going to talk about? The heat, me whining and complaining about the heat? I know it's coming. I don't want to talk about it, but as you can tell, the tropics are really starting to heat up. We are really getting into peak hurricane season. The tropics and the Atlantic have awoken from their slumber. I really fear that we will see a huge hurricane this year. I really do, because the conditions are right. There's abnormally warm water temperatures over in the Gulf of Mexico. The average temperature is 88 degrees. 88! That is insane. That is very high temperatures. But moving on from that, right now we actually do have a tropical depression has formed, Tropical Depression 6. National Hurricane Center, they do not expect this tropical depression to intensify and make landfall in the United States. That is not likely. They are expecting for this depression to end up dissipating and dying off. We have 3 areas to watch. This one and these 2 back here over in near the Cape Verde Islands near the coast of Africa. I'm more concerned about this one. This one seems a little bit more concerning because this is where hurricanes normally take their little train to the United States. They normally ride the Caribbean islands and then they go all the way like that. We will just have to see. This one also near the why do I keep on saying the Panhandle of Texas? This one could make landfall in Texas, this tropical storm. This will not become a hurricane, but if it does form, it will have adequate fuel for becoming a good tropical storm. Very high water temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico, as I've said before. We will have to see. But we are watching for these 3 storms to become something and possibly pose a threat for the mainland United States. If you live on the southern coast in Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, obviously be taking your Hurricane Center hurricane plans, making preparations for this, because we're getting ready to enter in peak hurricane season and you do not want to be caught not prepared. Thank you guys for tuning in to this forecast video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry this forecast video was all over the place. We were talking about Hurricane Hillary, the tropics, and this heat wave. I mean, what else do we have to talk about? There's no upcoming tornado outbreaks. We have to wait until the second tornado season, which is coming up fairly soon now that I think about it. So, we'll have to see. I'm hoping for winter to come back very soon. I want snow. I hate this hot weather. I hate talking about heat waves. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to this forecasting video. If you guys liked it, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay in the loop for any weather information. I will see you guys in the next video. Whoop.